everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Two Sisters, One Book. I'm Karla.
And I'm Amanda, and we are two sisters, two moms tackling one book at a time. And as we start in chapter 21, I find this chapter kind of fun and interesting at the same time because, of course, we meet Liam. But what I'm going to tell you what stood out to me really fast, and then I want to know what stood out to you
Okay.
in this chapter. So it was very interesting how Violet drops a scroll on the ground when her and Liam are in the archives and they're walking out and everything. And she looks over it to see if it's not classified. And so when she doesn't see a classified mark on it, she and Liam kind of reads it. And it says that a village was ransacked and they had what was it? An air attack, like a really high air attack. And
Mm-hmm.
then, so that was the beginning. But later on, we learn when she goes to her history class, getting all excited because she thinks that they're going to talk more about what happened, that they bring up something that was a couple centuries ago. And I just felt like that was kind of shady. Like,
Yeah, it was kind
oh,
of shady.
what are you hiding? And why did you not want to share it? But it was funny how her and Liam both were like, oh crap, did we just read something classified? So I thought that was kind of, what are
That
they
they just
hiding?
start like I like that they snoop. They're like, oh, it's like this fell. Oh dang. Oh no, this fell. I don't see anything classified on it. Let's read it. They
Right?
start
Well,
reading it.
I think everybody would. I would. I
I
know I
would.
would.
I would.
I,
I'd
w-
be like, because I'm just a snoop. Even when I'm reading the book, I'll be reading and then
your
I'm
eyes
like,
wander.
yeah, I start going to the, the page next to me, like, what's going to happen over there? What's happening? And I'm like, just get through where you're at first, Karla. You've got this.
Yeah. My eyes always wander because in my head I have like the dramatic music. So it's like if you have do you watch TV with the captions on? And then
Sometimes I need to.
the captions pop up before what they say. I don't know, it feels like satisfying to me that I know what's gonna happen before it before it
It's like a
happens.
preview of where it's going to happen.
Yeah, so my eyes wander. So I'll be like, oh, something's about to happen. I know I'll go to the very bottom of the page. I'm like, now I have to read with like a bookmark covering the words because I'm like, why do I
I
do that
know.
to myself?
I'll be reading and I'm like, oh, okay, they're getting intimate, they're getting intimate, and then immediately I'm like, I have to see the end of the of what's gonna happen. So I'm like, did they sleep together? Like I'm like looking to the other side. I'm like, stop,
See?
don't do it.
Yeah. So
I
we
don't
could all
know.
relate to that situation of reading the scroll and everything.
Oh
But
yeah.
there was a lot
Yeah,
that happened in that chapter.
I feel like there was, and I think I said this to you earlier when we were talking on the phone. That I think it was like kind of not like a super long chapter, but it was kind of a shorter chapter in my opinion compared to some of the other ones. But there was so much
I got it.
information that was like put into it, and it
Yeah.
left me with more questions, like, but what does this mean? And then of course I have my theory that comes up.
Oh, what's
Do
the theory?
you want to hear it now?
Yeah, before I have a full-on sneeze attack.
Oh no.
I gotta
I know. Well, the
sneeze.
weather's getting a little crazy. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like raining here in Vegas.
Oh, it's
So,
raining here in Arizona.
hey. Yeah, it's literally raining, and so I'm sure all of our allergies are not having it. Plus, having a sick child, it's a lot. Um, okay. So my theory. I hope you're ready for this.
Yes.
So, we one of the things, I guess, and this kind of goes to what stood out to me, was we see that um so Liam mentions to Violet that everyone who was on the rebellion, or their children, the marked ones, have to be a rider. Like they have to
Oh,
go into the rider's quadrant, right? They can't go into any other quadrant. And so what
yeah.
stood out to me is that if all of those people who were part of the rebellion association, whether it's a child or whatever, they're being forced to do in the writer's quadrant, just like Violet. Violet, in a way, spent her whole life trying to or wanting to be in the scribe quadrant, but her mom forces her into the writer's quadrant. And we learn the reason why is because it's less likely of a chance that you're going to survive, and most of the time they thought that dragons wouldn't bond with people who went against, what they're supposed to go against. So my thought is, what if, and nobody hate on me for this, okay? Because this is just my theory of a first time reader. So if you already know the answer to this, great. If you're, whatever. But what if Brennan was actually on the rebellion side? And we are just
Oh,
led to believe that Xaden's father killed Brennan, but what in reality might have happened is maybe actually, and I don't, what is the good side, right? Violet's mom, maybe they were the ones who actually took Brennan out because he was actually on the rebellion side. But Violet's mom that can't be known because she's high up. And so,
okay. I know what you're saying now. I
do
get
you see
it.
where I'm going
Yeah,
with this?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Let's put a pin
So
in it. That's very exciting. Keep going though. Keep going.
So I'm okay. Yeah. So my whole thing is I feel like Brennan was probably a rebellion. He was on the rebellion side. He was probably working with Xaden's father and, all these people,
Okay.
for a good cause against the non-rebellion side.
Okay.
And so Violet wasn't marked, right? She wasn't a marked one, but she is technically associated with maybe somebody like her brother who maybe was a rebellion. So Violet's mother has to force her into the Riders Quadrant because
But Violet doesn't have a mark. Or do you
that's what I
think her
mean.
hair is the mark?
Her hair could be the mark. Her hair,
Okay.
because even as I was reading, they're talking about how like Violet's hair is almost like a curse, right? Like all these things. So I'm thinking, what if Brennan was part of the rebellions, and that's why Xaden is almost protecting Violet, but he's supposed to play this role of, well, I don't like the Sorengales, but Violet's mom is really the bad person, and they are protecting the image of Violet's mother and the good side, right? By saying, "Oh, Brennan was killed by Xaden's father." When in reality, what if Brennan was working with Xaden's father?
Oh, this is so exciting. I love that so much. Okay.
Do you?
I really do. I do. That's exciting stuff. So
That's just
let's
kind of what I don't know. As I was reading it, I'm like, "Oh, what if Brennan was a rebellion?"
okay, I can see that too. So you're saying that Brennan and the general are both like on the rebel side, but now the general, because she's so high up, right? That she is like a double agent, basically. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
getting? Okay.
I feel like, and I don't know because I'm not sure about Violet's mom yet. I feel like I haven't
Okay.
gotten enough information to know if she's part of it, but I just feel like Brennan, in one way or another, is part of the rebellion people. But they're trying to make it seem like he's not. Like, no, Xaden's father killed Brennan. So, Xaden's father is an enemy, right? He's a total
Oh,
enemy. But in
yeah.
reality, it
This
could
is
be that
good.
he didn't even kill Brennan. He was
Okay.
probably working with Brennan, but to make the rebellion people look worse, they're creating this image of, oh yeah, no, he's bad, and he was executed for it. As a matter of fact, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, yeah, I could see that, especially now that we saw a scroll that was supposed to be read and they're like they diverted to something else too. So I love
Yeah,
that. I'm excited
that
for
was my
that.
little
I need you to
theory.
write, you better keep that so we could pin it, we'll frame it and see
Okay,
what happens. I can't wait to see what happens. We need to make
but yeah,
those. But with the
we really
rebellions,
need a pin board.
we do. We do. It
Yeah,
was crazy to me how there it was 68 officers. Um, and that had kids under the age of 20. That's a lot. So there's Xaden is the oldest, and then they said the youngest
a
was
6 year
what,
old.
6 years old. So she was marked,
No.
I guess, when she was in the womb. Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
so sad.
and I didn't realize the
So
dragons were the ones that marked them. Maybe I missed that early on, but I was like,
well,
oh.
yeah, it was Melgren's dragon. Remember, Sorengale gave the order, but
Hmm.
I think his name's Coda, the dragon, marked all of them. So,
Okay. Yeah, I was like, okay, so that makes it a little bit more like permanent. Like
You're just born with this tattoo. Oh my
you must have
gosh.
this because of
But
this, you know?
just to think like she is the youngest and she's going to grow up her entire life knowing that she just has to go to the writers quadrant no matter what.
I know. That
That
was oh yeah.
for a
Little
kid.
talk about like predicting your future. Like not even predicting. We're
That it's
telling you
already
your
set
future.
in stone. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because they don't
like
have because we heard about Liam's sister. Remember, she's
yes.
coming next year and he's so excited. And Violet was all like, oh, well, why doesn't she just switch? And then that's even when Violet said she didn't even know about that law. Remember?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
remember?
she didn't know they were forced. They were forced to be, you know, in the writers quadrant. And I was like, I don't know, did we even find that out as a reader beforehand? Cuz that was
I know.
interesting.
After second rereading it, I'm like, did we? I can't remember now, but I think we did because even though he goes, because she says she could always choose another quadrant, and he blinks and he goes, we're all writers. And then she sounded shocked, right? Because what with the
Yeah.
question mark and exclamation point? He goes, we're all writers was part of the deal. We're allowed to live, allowed a chance to prove our loyalty, but only if we make it through the writers quadrant. So she even
And
shakes her head like she didn't even know.
this all stems from Violet's mom, right? Isn't she the one who came up with this?
Hmm.
Yeah. So she's the one who created this rule of as rebellion children, you guys are going to be punished and this is what's going to happen.
Yeah, so it's just crazy to me.
Yeah. I
But yeah,
have to say, I love Violet and Liam's like relationship going on. Like he seems like even though he was put to like babysit Violet, I feel like there's a little soft heart in him. Like he seems like
oh
he's more of an
yeah,
older brother.
yeah. Later on down too, you'll see that their dynamic gets better, like really good friends and stuff. So
And it's hard for me to picture him as a first year because he seems like I don't know. I think I'm picturing like this big giant man who's like a teddy bear, almost like Cassian from Akatar.
oh no, I'll have to show you what he looks like because he's like this. I don't know. He's very
Yeah.
attractive, but
Oh, I could.
um,
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, but
so
I liked their conversations that were going on. Talking about like you know kind of the history of his father and his mother, and I guess his father wasn't even a rebellion, right? Only his mom,
yeah,
but his
yeah.
father was still executed.
Yes, yeah, he was executed, but I think he didn't he say he was executed so the next heir in line couldn't have a chance or something.
Oh, maybe is that why?
Oh, right here. He was executed at our family's house, his features tightened before it was given to another noble, of course. So I think they executed him so they could pass that house down. So none of the
Oh
I could be
yeah,
wrong, so none of the rebellion kids could um come to the
yeah,
heir and then have like, oh, well, you killed my family, like a revenge type thing. Maybe I could be
yeah.
wrong.
Now you're gonna have to bust out your little sticky notes
Start writing.
and start
But yeah,
going with it.
we learned a little bit of Xaden too, because now we know that Liam and Xaden grew up in the same foster care together, and we know that Liam owes him his life. So I can't wait for us to figure out what Xaden did too. Like
I know. I'm like,
what?
what's the why of that?
Yeah, so that's pretty
Yeah, so they're
exciting.
obviously they're very close because it's so because what I read was is that you know once all the children you know were left alone after they you know basically executed all the parents, they put them into these foster homes, and so that's how they met, right? Was Liam
Yeah, they were in the
and
same
Xaden were in the
foster
same
home.
foster home. So
Hmm.
I'm guessing because he says Xaden's like an older brother to him, right? So I'm guessing Xaden's
Yeah.
older, but
Yeah,
but
he's the
when
oldest
I
of the Mark ones.
yeah, uh doesn't Liam say he was only 15?
I think so.
So how old would that have made
I
Xaden?
think Xaden was 17 when it happened.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Before he was a writer, before he was in any of that.
Yeah. We learned from his thing and then we see them going into class, of course. So I like every time I feel like every time Xaden walks into the room, Violet says my scalp prickles. Usually every time Xaden walks in.
My scalp would prickle too if Xaden walked in and I saw him. I'd be like, ooh.
I know, but then it goes from like her scalp prickles, and then later we find out she drops a pin and his shadows like pick up the pin while he's still in a dead conversation with people. So when I first read that, I was like, is like her scalp prickling because his shadows are like running their fingers through her hair or something? Because like this guy totally just showed us like she dropped a pencil and he's clearly a few rows back, and his shadows while he's talking to people are getting that
Mhm.
pencil for her. So,
Yeah.
right? I thought it was funny.
Yeah. No, that was funny. I have to say, so, because kind of going into the next chapter, I, we obviously learned that the dragons have a connection with the
Yeah,
writer.
because
But,
she was finally able to channel Taryn was like, you, because she stood up for herself. He goes, "You're ready now." So she is
mhm,
able to work her
yeah.
powers now.
And they're like, they're able to feel everything clearly.
I know,
They're,
isn't that crazy?
they're able to feel everything, like every
I
little
like how when
sexual
she
thing, anything.
figured it out, she was gonna jump Liam, that poor guy.
Oh my gosh. I was like, when I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, she's been talking about wanting to get laid for a while. She's about to get laid. And Liam's going
I
to be
know,
the one.
poor Liam. He even
Like, Liam's
offered it
just
to
standing
her
there.
though.
He's just standing there like, what is it? And she's like, I'm going to climb you like a tree. And you're like,
I
oh
know
my
that was really funny. She's like, "Go away
God.
unless you have something to say." Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Yeah. But then we
But
find
yeah,
out
so,
she sneaks out and
hmm
she meets up with Xaden again,
yeah.
who
And
also is feeling
this
the
is something they
effects.
can, yeah, because they have this connection in a way where it's like, he's like, well, now it's no longer me that's feeling this. Now you feel this too.
Yeah. So I in my head I'm thinking that churrum that he's smoking to like not feel it so much. I'm pretty sure that that's their version of weed. I'm just saying.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe.
I was like, is this supposed to be weed?
But I feel like that might intensify it now that I'm saying it out loud. I don't know. I just thought it was funny how he
More like a
helped
cigarette.
her. Yeah, true. He helped her shield it and block him out so it was able to
Mhm.
um help the situation just a little bit. But he even made the comment of, "Wow, it took me a couple of weeks and you just did it in like a heartbeat, literally."
I
So
know
I
she
feel
did it
like,
like right then and there, like almost first try.
yeah, totally first try. Because he's all like, if you break the bond, we could still do it, or some, or like if you lose concentration, we could start again. So I think when he said
Yeah.
that, he was like telling her, "Don't worry, I've lost like a lot of times. It took me a while." And he was probably like, "How did you just get it in the first try?"
Which
So
also I think goes to show how powerful she actually is.
yes, but then
She's
it
able
also
to
shows
like
that this
quickly
is where
grab
she's
onto that.
supposed to be. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of confirms or validates her feelings of this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to do.
yeah, she's a smart
You know?
learner. This is why he chose her, I bet. And then
Yeah. Well, because Taryn probably saw something in her that she didn't even see in herself. And that's why he chose her. He
yeah.
says it's because you saved her or you stuck up for her, whatever. But I think he saw something else in her that made
Hmm.
him. There's going to be a connection piece. I'm waiting for it. I know that we're going to have a puzzle piece that's going to fit perfectly, and all the edges of that puzzle piece are all the little details and information we're getting. And eventually that little piece is going to click in and we're going to be like, that's why he chose her. That's who is helping this person. That's what I don't know. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get to that part if we
Yeah. Yep.
I can't wait to get to that part if we do. So, yeah.
Wow.
Um, but we do at this point get a little taste of Violet and Xaden, which I have been looking forward to. I'm like, when are we gonna see something come out of these two?
Yeah,
When? And we finally
they
did.
got
We
a
finally
little.
see. But is it because of the dragons, or do you think this? I mean, I feel like with Violet, she has been wanting Xaden for a while. So this, I feel like the sensations from the dragon just intensified her wanting this. But what I'm curious about with Xaden is I'm like, has Xaden always wanted this, or was it something that happened because the dragons gave him this feeling and he's like, oh, there's this girl in front of me now and she's clearly coming on to me. I think I'm gonna go for this.
I think they both wanted it, but I think that he was more of a gentleman about it because he didn't, I don't know, the way I look at it was he didn't want to feel rejected the next day of her saying like, oh, it's a mistake or something. So I feel like he
Mhm.
kind of blamed it on the dragons because she even said at the end, she goes, what does she say? Like something like she doesn't even feel him anymore. And she realized that it wasn't her dragon, it was what she really wanted.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she wanted it. I mean, she's been wanting it the whole time. I mean, you can't blame the girl. I mean, come on, it's Xaden. Like, who who could blame her?
that
But
darn Xaden
um,
man.
of course he stops it. He's like, "You need to go now." And of course it's like, well, this moment just came and went really quickly. Like, what? Why? And yeah, explains like this isn't your want. But
Yeah.
I thought it was those are very interesting choices of words. He didn't say this isn't our want. This is not your want. Like,
Yeah. Well, he probably knows
almost,
that she's like hating him.
yeah. But so that happens. They share their first kiss, which seemed
That was
very,
way more than a kiss. He's all grabbing
oh
her
yeah,
butt, lifting her up and everything.
lifting her up into the air. I was like,
It only
wow.
comes up to his collarbones. So I'm like trying to, I know he's like super tall,
Yeah.
but
And yeah. I mean, and I will say too, one thing that did kind of irritate me with Violet is she was talking about how she was mad at Xaden because he wasn't helping her and he wasn't doing any of this stuff. And I'm like, girl, he's been helping you this whole time. What are you talking about? Like, I understand he might not, be the physical one that's helping you train and do all these things, but he's helping you. Like,
I
what do
think
you
she
not
just had
see
a
about
lot of
that?
emotions running through her right now. So she had to like come up with something to say to make it seem right, you
I
know?
literally wrote in my notes, "You are wrong." Like, that is not true. He has been
Jeez.
helping you because I
Yeah.
feel like he has. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's what that
It's
is.
all right. We'll figure out what happens in the next two chapters, I think. But yeah,
I
that
know
was a fun
those were
chapter. We
fun.
found out that she got her signet, right? Or she was manifesting and
She was
she
manifesting it. She
started
can feel her signet on her back, like
like, yeah,
pulsing
which I can't
almost,
wait
like
to see
something
what
is
she
there.
has. And then
I know. I'm
I feel like
curious.
Taryn and Sigel left that bond open to get them together. Because
Yeah,
Xaden even says they usually block it out or something. But
and they
yeah, I
forgot tonight.
guess
I'm like, oh yeah, the two dragons forgot to block you out when they were boning each other. That sounds about right.
right. It's crazy.
I do think
But
so because I know Xaden says, "Oh, well, if you know you and I, intimately is like a cataclysmic mistake." But if you think about it, if they work, like if they are together, then it only brings together the dragons more because these two want to spend more time together, so the dragons will be able to spend more time together.
yeah,
So
that's a
it's
good
almost like
thought.
a benefit if something comes out of it between them. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's keep reading and see what happens. The next you could have two more chapters. Um
Okay.
that'd be what, 24 and 25, and then we'll pick it up from there. So,
Actually, no, 23 and 24.
23 and 24. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm. Right? If you're giving me two chapters, that would be, yeah, 23 and 24.
What did I say? 25?
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I think I'm
I don't
getting
know.
sick. So,
You are sick, though. Everybody's gonna
all
be
right.
sick right now. My child is sick
Right.
right now, but it's okay. But yeah, I feel like everyone's getting sick. So it's okay. You're allowed some brain fog here and there, you know? Did I say brain frog? I meant brain
Yeah.
fog.
All right. Well, we love you
Well,
guys.
anything,
Thank you for tuning
yeah, I
in.
was gonna say anything else you want to add before we end this one and go into the next couple chapters?
No, that is it, my love.
All right. Well, if you have not already, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to, leave us a review. If you're not following us on social media, make sure to follow us on Two Sisters, One Book. That's the number one. And we're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Just give us the support. We love it. And we're here to talk about all kinds of fun stuff. And I know we're getting close to the end of this book and we still have a couple more books lined up. But what would be really cool is if people started telling us suggestions on what they want us to cover next after this series.
Good.
I know, because I know you and I have talked about a couple series that we want to talk about, but if there's anything in particular that anyone wants us to read and cover, we would be glad to do so and at least look into it. So, but other than that, I guess that's it. And we will see you guys on the next chapter.
Bye.
Bye.